Shalom, shalom. All right, shalom. This is the brother Yeshaya coming at you again through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH Bahashem YAHWAH Bahashem Rachakadash. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH Bahashem YAHWAH Bahashem Rachakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. And salutation to all the Akim out there pushing this word without truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom. I'm going to start off with Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand the wiles of the devil." So, putting on the whole armor, man, pretty much putting on this truth, which it'll go on to, list certain things, but putting on this faith, first and foremost, putting your trust in YAHAWAH Bahashem YAHWAH, right? Because this time that's coming, it's going to be terrible times. And you're going to need to rely on YAHAWAH Bahashem YAHWAH. You're going to need to rely on your true power. Mainly speaking to y'all Israelites. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because without your true power in these days that's coming, which we see happen, we see that we're in the beginning stages of it. Esau, he's ready to clamp down on y'all. He wants to take y'all out. That's Esau's main goal, the so-called white man, who his biblical name is Esau Edom, the Edomites, right? Their main purpose is to come against the children of the Most High. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? And their goal is to take you out. He's going to try to push the charagma, the MOTB, the MARK, right? The RFID, that's CHIP, and I have to say it like that. Otherwise, this video is going to get, shut down. But we're starting to see, this devil. He knows that he has a short time. He's moving his agenda very rapidly. Right, and you see it through his this man-made famine, his whole pandemic. He's responsible for a lot of things, a lot of, I guess, to put it into, lack for better words, these bad things that's happening on this earth. Like it says in the scriptures, I forgot where it's located, but it says, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. But when the righteous bear through, the people rejoice. Roughly paraphrasing. And right now you see the people mourning. Even among their own people, they're mourning. They ain't living to the full potential. And they're in their kingdom. So how much less us? Who don't have that white privilege, that Edomite privilege. We get looked down on. We get mocked at. What's that say? We're a proverb of reproach. We're they be calling us niggers, spicks, wetbacks. You know what I'm saying? And you best believe Esau thinks of that about you. Maybe to your face, because we know Esau, he's full of his he's full with deceptive words. His words are smooth, so he'll come at you like your friend, like your buddy, you know, talking to you all nice and whatever, making you think he's your friend. But behind your back, he's plotting, he's scheming, he's trying to figure out a way to take you down. It says in the scriptures, trust not your enemy, for like his wickedness or slakia. Um, let me see if I can look it up. Yeah, I can find it, but pretty much going like how about Esau's wickedness. How as iron rusteth, so does his wickedness. So Esau's always going to be. You can always count Esau to be the devil. You can always count Esau to do some wickedness. It's never going to go away. He is who he is. So how you going to put your trust, your confidence in somebody who's your enemy, who wants to see you fall, who wants to see you under his feet? Just look at his track record. Look at what he's done. Because Jake, they see in the past, 50 years, even in the past 50 years, if you really look into it, he's committed all kinds of bullshit, all kinds of atrocities to y'all Jakes, man. He doesn't give a shit about y'all, but he still got, 2/3 of Jakes, these Sambo ass niggas who just want so hard to be friends with Esau, want so hard to be one with Esau. These motherfuckers are just like Uncle Ruckus, man, from the Boondocks, thinking the white man is the blessing of the earth. But anyway, kind of steering off topic. I'm gonna read this again. Ephesians 6:11. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Right, and I just explain who the devil is. Esau. You got to put on this faith. You got to come back to the truth. Come back to YAHAWAH YAHAWAH. Right? So that when that day comes, that great day, Jacob's trouble, when Esau starts coming down upon y'all, you'll have the Most High to back you up. So let me get 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." And he does that every day, man, through his, not just even not just even physically, but even like through even spiritually. Like he tries to make sure that all y'all jakes are going off. Y'all breaking, you know, uh, the commandments of the Most High. Y'all perpetually sinning against the Most High, and he's using that through his television, social media. You know, the food that he gives y'all. You know, the way he restricts, uh, um, or just I guess just the oppression itself. You know, making Jake pretty much trust in him instead of trusting in the Most High. You know, and like I was saying, this is oppression itself, breaking Jake down to the point where uh, he feels like there's no hope. You know, the only way to do it is to go through Esau's way, right? And you see it in Jake. You know, they don't see no other option. They don't believe that YAHAWAH, whom they call Jesus Christ, is actually going to come down. They don't believe that the Most High is going to deliver them if they repent. They don't believe in none of that. They treat the Bible as a fairy tale, as something to read for like emotional support. You know, something you go to church for, something that your grandmas and your grandfathers do just to pass the time. Nah, this is some serious shit, and that's a lot. I didn't mean to say shit, but this is uh something very serious. And first of all, the churches, they ain't teaching y'all nothing. You gotta get it from the prophets. You gotta get it from the true men of the Lord. You know, which are the brothers here in GMS who got the 100% truth, right? But it says, you gotta be sober and vigilant. So first, you gotta come back. You gotta watch and see everything that's going on around you. Know the times that you're living in. You know things is happening, something's up. You gotta try to find some answers. And the answers are being given on the highways and byways. YouTube. You know, Odyssey. There's so many platforms that brothers are out there pushing this word. Giving y'all Jakes the answers. All you gotta do is humble down and listen. The world doesn't revolve around you, Jake. You gotta learn to listen. You gotta learn to be humble. Because you got a lot of Jake out here thinking they know everything. Oh, I read the Bible 3, 4 times. I I go to Bible study. I do this. I do that. You don't got you. You can't tell me nothing. I know the breakdown to all the prophecies, and yet y'all don't know anything. Well, in this time that's coming, we're gonna see who has the truth. We're gonna see who are the elect. Because, like I was saying, you know, you see in this times that's the times that we're living in. You're gonna have to start taking into consideration that you need the Most High. That you can't make this on your own. You can't make it on your own. You can't just bunker down, stock up some food, and wait it out. Because this is going to take hold on everybody. The day that's coming is going to take hold of everybody. The elect are scarcely going to be saved, as the scripture says. Or the righteous is going to scarcely be saved. Right? So you're going to need the Most High to lead you, to direct your path unto salvation. First and foremost, you're going to have to be part of the elect. And we don't know who is part of the elect. But we know what the elect is going to be, listening to this word, we know that. They're going to be adhering to the commandments of the Most High. They're going to be believing in YAHAWAH Shem Yahushua. They're going to have the name, Like it says in the scripture, put on therefore as the elect. So there's a certain standard that the elect, there's a certain I guess it's characteristics that the elect are gonna have, that the elect are gonna take hold on, that's gonna show who the elect are. And especially in these last days, it's really gonna be known who the elect are. Right? They're not gonna take the MOTB. They're not gonna start panicking when there's no food. When these Gurga troops start kicking down doors, start gunning down people on the streets, the elect are going to be taken care of. It says so in the scriptures. But you got Esau, right now, he's trying to take as many as he can with him. That's why he's trying to, uh, I guess, inhibit this truth from being spread. He's trying to stop it from being spread out. But he can't contain it. So what he's going to try to do is start, shutting things down. He's going to start building up his AI, his algorithm to try to start, striking channels down, striking videos down. Which we see that happening, just recently we had a brother who had 5 of his videos, taken down at once. So Esau is constantly working, man. He's constantly trying to how do you say it? Stop prophecy from happening, pretty much. But we already know that ain't gonna happen. The elect is gonna receive this truth no matter what. The elect has to be sealed, and they are gonna be sealed before the coming of YAHAWAH. Now let me get Luke 22. Because like I said, Esau is the physical manifestation of Satan. Right? And just like a Satan, he's trying to tempt us, into going off, into sinning. That's the same thing that Esau's trying to do. He's trying to keep us in perpetual sin. He doesn't want us to come back and repent and turn back to the Lord. He wants to keep us locked in his system. Because he doesn't want us to return back to Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Because he knows that once that happens, his kingdom is over. He knows that. But let me get this. This is Luke 22:31. It says, "And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat." You see? So that's exactly what Satan tries to do, man. He tries to, you know, take as many people as he can. He tried to take Peter, right? Try to divert him from the truth, divert him from the faith, make him go off. So this is a spiritual battle, not this ain't a physical battle. This is a spiritual battle we're fighting. You know, because we can't fight Esau physically on a carnal level, because he has the blessing of the sword. You know, our forefather Isaac gave him that blessing, whom we believe is YAHAWAH. You know, so if YAHAWAH gave him that blessing of the sword, really going back to the Most High Yahweh, if YAHAWAH gave him the blessing of the sword, then who are you to try to, you know, usurp that? You can't. So that's why we're fighting, but on a spiritual level. You know, resisting against temptation, resisting against this devil and his system. Because we know that YAHAWAH is going to come back and fight for us. He's going to bring this devil down. All we got to do is continue in the word, keep pushing this truth, you know, continue in the faith, resist, you know, resist that good fight. I mean, resist temptation, you know, fight that good fight of faith. Because it's a faith. I mean, it's a battle, man. It's a fight. Continually, you get tested, you know. You know, as you get tested, you know, you gotta pass some tests. You know, like some exams too. You know, you read the scriptures, you start learning, and the more you learn, the more you get tested to see if you're actually applying what you know. See if you're actually understanding what you're reading. Because, like I said, you know, every day we get tested. Every day, you know, brothers are going through something. But you gotta keep that faith in the Most High. Keep your prayers up, right? That the Most High will, you know, find a way for you to, or give you a way to make it out of it. So let me go back to Ephesians. Ephesians 6 and 12. I'm going to read verse 11 again. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." Exactly. That's what we're doing, man. spiritually fighting against Esau, man. You know, Esau trying to come at us on a carnal level, but we're fighting against him in a spiritual battle, which he can't win. You know, he tries so hard to infiltrate this. You know how Esau infiltrated the Black Panthers, infiltrated the whole Black Lives Matter thing. You know, and so many other things that he'd been infiltrating. He was able to take down, as well as the whole shit with that Grandmaster Jay, I think. The whole with that guy infiltrated that thing. No, but he's trying to infiltrate this, but he can't. Because this is nothing carnal. This is something spiritual that he can't understand. He knows what's happening, but he just can't grasp it. He can't stop it. He's a carnal man. He ain't gonna get it. But let me get this. Job 9 and verse 24 says, "The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Right? See, just to show you that the who we're fighting against are the rulers of this world, which is Esau. And who, like I said, who's ruling this world? Esau. He's in charge of everything. He put the whole world under subjection. And it says that he's the wicked. He's the devil. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. Right? And you know, he's also the one that like I said before, you know, he's the one that's through his system, through everything that he does, he tries to, you know, tempt the elect. You know, he tries to keep Israel in perpetual sin, you know, so that way he can continue in his kingdom. Because he knows that if we continue in sin, his kingdom will continue to last. You know, but now he's seeing that, you know, that the elect is starting to wake up. The truth is out here. So he's scared, man. He's scared that his kingdom is slipping out of his hands. But let me get this real quick. This is just to show you how Esau is, man. Second Maccabees 7 and 24. It says, "Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised," and this, if you read this story, or this chapter of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, it's about these seven brothers, seven young men who were pretty much brought to the king at that time, Antiochus, and which is an Edomite, you know, Greek. Um, but anyway, he tried to tell them and their mother to eat pork, and they all denied, they all declined. You know, they all told him, "Fuck you," you know, "I'd rather die," right? And you know, that's pretty much what happened. You know, all of them died. But this is going into uh, the last, the last of the brothers. You know, the youngest of the brothers. Um, this woman's last son. It says, Second Maccabees 7:24. Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both a rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his father, and that also he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. So see, Esau tried to give him, some little worldly goods, says he's gonna make him rich, you're gonna be happy, I'm gonna make you one of my top friends, I'm gonna trust you with personal affairs and all this and that, right? Which is exactly what the devil will do, you know. In these last days that's coming, you know, Esau is gonna crash everything, crash the system. Everything's gonna go back to damn primitive type of style era, right? People are gonna have to hunt for the food and all this and that. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. So in that time period, it's either gonna be like, or you're gonna take the MOTB, or you can go back out there, go ahead and scrounge for some food. And majority of people are gonna take the MOTB. Why? So they can continue to live the way they used to. Right? Because people are so comfortable here in America. They're used to living like this. And once it gets all taken away, they're gonna start panicking. Because Americans are used to, especially with Jake, they're used to going to Esau for the answers. They're used to going to Esau for help. So once that, like I said, once that happens, everything gets taken away from them. They're gonna go right back over to Esau, and they're gonna take that MOTB. Now the elect ain't, but we know through the scriptures that 2/3 of Israel is gonna take it. Right? They're gonna go over to Esau. They're gonna take the MOTB, and they're gonna live their short, miserable lives, living like a damn slave. Because that's what it is. That mark, that MOTB is actually a slave's brand. You're pretty much agreeing when you take that you love your master Esau, and you want to serve him for the rest of your life. And there's a lot of crazy things that go deeper into the whole, technology of the, MOTB, the RFID, thing. One good example I can tell you is to watch that TV show, Black Mirror. It shows you a lot of things that they can do with that technology, right? Which, hey, you're gonna live okay. You're gonna be able to have food. You're gonna be able to go to work, get paid, all this and that. But you're gonna be a slave. You're gonna be, um, I don't know that word. I guess is you're gonna be subject to some cruel and unusual punishment by Esau or from Esau. And not even that, you ain't gonna receive salvation because the Most High is gonna end up destroying you anyway for taking that. But anyway, let me continue on. I'm gonna read it again. 2 Maccabees 7:24. Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a reproachful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths that he would make him both a rich and a happy man if he would turn from the laws of his fathers, and that he would take him for his friend and trust him with affairs. But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life. So, he eventually, decided to go and ask his mother, hey, let him, tell him, to, hey, listen to reason, and you don't have to die. All you gotta do is, you know, disregard the laws of your father, and, you'll be able to live a rich and a happy life. But when you read further down, you'll see that even the mother, told her son, hey, take the death. Fuck this guy, take the death. Die like your brothers. And which he did. He ended up, taking the death, and she ended up dying as well. But just the point was just to show you Esau how Esau does, man. And the same thing happened to YAHAWAH, but YAHAWAH was actually tempted by Satan. It should show you how Esau is the physical manifestation of Satan. This is Matthew 4, and I'm gonna start at 8. It says, "Again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then saith YAHAWAH unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve." So you see, this damn Satan, he went and tempted YAHAWAH, told him he'll give him the whole world, all the kingdoms of the earth, give him dominion if he would just bow down and worship him. But YAHAWAH, he stood his ground, right? He didn't give in to that temptation. But it says in verse 11, it says, then the devil leaveth him, and the devil left him. So what it says, resist the devil and he shall leave. All you gotta do is resist, man. Resist temptation. Because all it is a test from the Lord, right? So it says, then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. Right, because I'm pretty sure that was very heavy. That temptation was very heavy upon him. You know what I'm saying? But he passed, man. He passed with flying colors. So now let me go to Proverbs. Because if you give in, especially in these days that's coming, you give in to temptation, you give in to the flesh, you're really setting yourself up for destruction. But let me get this. This is Proverbs 24:10. It says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Yeah, that means the whole time your faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua was small, man. You didn't really truly grasp the concept. You didn't really count the cost. And really it was just written that you weren't part of the elect. That's how we say this is a battle, man, a spiritual battle that we're fighting constantly. Cause it gets hard, man. It gets hard at some points, man. You might be tired, you know. You feel like I could brothers like to use the analogy of a boxing match. You know, you're fighting this opponent, man, who's about just as good as you. He's weighing you down. He's starting to wear you out. And your body just wants to give in. You just want to be like, I'm done. Hey, but you gotta, you know, uh, through the spirit, you gotta like bring out that energy. You gotta bring out everything you got. You gotta lay all on the line. You know, like they say that saying, you gotta leave it all on the court. That's what you gotta do, man. You gotta put in all your effort into it. Let me go back to Ephesians 6 and continue on. This verse 13. It says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Right, that evil day. Jacob's trouble. Let me get that. This is Jeremiah 30. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Jeremiah 30, verse 7, it says, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. There's no other day like this that's coming, man. It says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? That time of Jacob's trouble, man, this time like that's gonna be like no other. It says, but he shall be saved out of it. Mainly the elect, they're gonna be saved out of it. They're gonna be taken care of in that day. They're still gonna be going through some stuff. They're still gonna be, tempted, but the Most High is gonna keep them from that day of temptation. Right? So let me get Matthew 24, verse 21. It says, For then shall be great tribulations. For then shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So this is also talking about, Jacob's trouble. There's gonna be some great tribulations, man. People are gonna be going through famines, pestilences, people killing each other. Like everything is it's gonna be a havoc on the streets, man. Everything's gonna be chaotic. People who don't have this truth, man, they're gonna be not knowing. They're not gonna know what to do. And knowing 2/3 of Jake, man, in that day, then they're gonna start seeking answers. But there ain't gonna be none given to them because of the time whenever they had a chance to receive the answers of this time that's coming, they decided not to get it. They decided not to repent. They decided to stick to their wicked ways. They decided to disregard the prophets. Count us as crazy, as conspiracy theorists, or whatever the hell they try to say, right? And completely push aside the word of the Most High. Because you might think you're pushing us away, but really you're pushing away the Most High. But it says, verse 22, And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the elect are the ones that's going to be delivered out of this, man. The Most High is doing everything for the elect's sake. He's going to, and there's going to be some of the elect that's going to die as martyrs, but for the most part, the elect is going to be delivered. This is 1 Peter 4:18. And I brought this out before, but I want to go ahead and bring the precept out. As 1 Peter 4:18 says, If the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Exactly, man. The righteous is going to scarcely make it in that day. They're going to barely make it out. The skin of the teeth. As the righteous is going to barely make it out. How much less the sinners, the unbelievers, the evildoers, wicked ass 2/3 who completely disregarded the truth. Right? So now let's go back to Ephesians. And what was that? I'm gonna read 13 again. It says, Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. So you see, this is what we gotta do, man. We gotta gird ourselves with the whole armor of the Most High, of Yahawah Shem Yahushua. You know, you gotta constantly keep your prayers up, man. You know, pray for brothers. You know, keep your watch up. You know, because this time is coming. You can't be caught off guard. You know, and like I said, you know, pray for one another. You know, keep your prayers up, because the Most High is listening. Yahawah Shem Yahushua is listening to them prayers. We need all the help we can get, right? So let me get. I'm gonna close. Well, I'm gonna have a couple more precepts, and I'm gonna close it out. This is Revelation 3, and I'm gonna start at 10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." So yeah, man, you gotta, like I said, put on the whole armor of the Most High, so that the Most High can keep you from that hour of temptation. You know, when that time comes. You know, so you can pass that test. So you don't want to, like I said, you know, get caught off guard. You don't want to get caught slipping in that day. You know, you gotta move. You gotta move with a purpose out here. Because when that time comes, and like I said before, you know, if you end up failing, that means you had little faith. But what does it say right here? What does the Yahawah say right here? It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." All you gotta do is be patient, man. Keep the faith, and hey, whatever you have, man, hold on to it. Don't let this truth slip from your fingers. Don't give in to temptation that day, because you're gonna lose your crown. You're gonna lose your you're gonna lose salvation. It's gonna be a terrible thing, you know, seeing people getting delivered up, and then, you know, you being left here to die. It's gonna be a terrible feeling. I know I don't want to know that feeling. That's why we tell, you know, we exhort brothers. We tell brothers, you know, if you know this truth, man, you know, to y'all, you know, sincere listeners, man, if y'all know this truth, you know, keep listening, keep studying, and eventually, man, come out and, you know, preach the word, teach your people, do the work of the Most High. You know, like it says in the scriptures, man, it's your reasonable service. You know, you gotta give your bodies up as a living sacrifice, right? I'm gonna get this last precept. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. James 1:12. It says, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him." You see, gotta endure temptation, man. You're gonna receive that crown of life, which is what we're seeking for. Immortality, man. The kingdom, salvation, all that. them new bodies, dominion over the earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness, a new heaven, a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Salakia. But yeah, man, we're seeking for all that, and we're going to receive it. All we gotta do is endure, keep pushing His word, and endure to the end. You know, the little things that we give up in this life is nothing compared to what we're going to receive in the kingdom. We can't fathom it. We can't even process it through our heads how much the Most High is going to give us and bless us with. So I'm going to finish. I'm going to close out by saying, man, you know, keep pushing this word, man. You know, keep listening. All you brothers are listening. You know, keep listening, keep studying. You know, keep praying, keep the faith, and I'm gonna close it out by saying, Kal halayim la, alahayina wa YAHAWAH, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Chakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutation to all the Akim out there pushing this word without truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom.